Welcome back to episode 36 of me sitting down once a week to talk about life and business and help you make more money, have a lot more fun and fulfillment while you do it. We just wrapped up a morning writing sesh at the cafe. It's like 7:30 right now. And I thought, because we're a couple of minutes from home, but also a couple of minutes walk from the old studio, I thought I'd show you real quick where I worked and lived for like 4 years of my life, and it shaped a lot of what I do. So come with me, it's just up here. We had a team of 13 people and then we made thousands of video ads. I have walked down this street like 1,000 times, I reckon, up and down this street, because the studio's up there and the office, we ended up hiring another office because we ran out of studio space and no office space in the studio. This is the park we always used to walk to do our meetings, one-on-one meetings with the staff, because it was more fun to be outdoors and talking about stuff while walking. I don't know who I learned that from, but the idea of walking next to someone together in the same direction rather than like the sterile sit down in an office across from each other and sort of giving feedback that way is just received a lot better. So that's something we tried to do. Here we go. We had the warehouse at the end there, and it cost something like $60,000 a year, which is far more than I had at the time when we rented it. And for me, it was an exercise in putting my back against the wall so that we push harder than ever. Ended up serving us well. We were here for 2 years, 142 Pierce Street. You can't really see how far it goes back, but it's quite a big space. I'll stand next to it for scale. I'm like 7 feet, so however much taller than that. Should we try to get a thumbnail while we're here? This is our warehouse. Usually these videos are just raw, one take, me sitting down talking about lessons and give you an update on the business. So I'm going to start doing that and then I'll get home and do the rest. Art of Monday's update on the screen right now. We have had 243 applications, which is up 21 from last week. I think that's actually our biggest week of applications, which is cool. We're still at 36 members accepted because, when you're watching this video, it's going to be a Monday and we'll have more members coming in, but right now I can't tell you. They're all 26, 27 years old as an average, and we've done about 130k in revenue as a business since we launched this year. Personal brand growth stats on the screen right now. We on YouTube we're at 6,643 subs. That is up 272 from last week. Instagram's at 150.4. TikTok is at 329.4. And Art of Monday's Instagram is at 4,946. So mostly up, some neutral or down. Now for a very quick, honest update. I felt like I kind of crashed and burned a little bit, at least over the weekend. The last few days, the body was feeling it. I was definitely on a caffeine-fueled tear for like 3 weeks. Oh, careful, this car's gonna... I was sort of in this period of just obsession, which I think is healthy. I actually wrote about this in my newsletter recently, and I'm going to talk about that further in this video because it's such a great lesson in life, and I had a lot of people respond to that and resonate with it. So we'll get into that when I get home, and I'll see you there. Back home, and we're making breakfast because we're hungry. But first, a quick win of the week, and that is that we had our first 100 customers for the Founder Sports Club, which is a new initiative that we started, which is basically connecting strangers in cities to go play sports and talk about business, which is really cool. And we had 100 people on the wait list, which you guys would know from previous videos, but wait list is very different to 100 people that have entered payment details, credit card details, to actually make a payment after the free trial has ended. Now back to the newsletter that I sent. It was titled Fuck Your Routine, Just Do This to Get Ahead. And a lot of people clicked, a lot of people responded and said they resonated. And in essence, what I was writing about is this idea that so many people think routine is the way that you find success, that $1 million morning routine or just having things meticulously scheduled. And when I was running the agency, my entire weeks and months were scheduled, and it just didn't work. I never had a day where I finished everything I wanted to do and I felt ahead. I just always felt like I was chasing my tail, and I felt guilty for not finishing everything. And the lesson there was to be a bit more unscheduled, and now I live a lot more like that, and I feel like I get a lot more done. And yeah, I kind of just spoke about how all of my biggest periods of growth, building audiences of hundreds of thousands of people, launching new products, new businesses, writing this newsletter, making these YouTube videos, I pretty much have come out of periods of obsession rather than routine. And when you're truly obsessed with something, you go to bed thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it, you do it more often by default. And so many people are trying to be scheduled and meticulous and routine based when actually you just need to be obsessed with something. And if you don't know what to be obsessed with, go back to when you were a kid and the thing that came most naturally to you. It might not be making content and videos for the internet. A lot of people try to force that when in reality it's not their zone of genius and they should be putting it in something else. So find that thing you can be obsessed with, even if you don't think you can make a business out of it or something like that. Usually, if you hone your craft, you can. Usually there's a way to figure it out later. So if nothing else, just be obsessed with becoming better, becoming your healthiest version, healthiest, happiest, most fulfilled version of yourself, and the rest will work itself out. So that was kind of the lesson there, and I'll probably talk about it more in depth in a future video. My camera died before, but I've got one last thing for you to ponder. And it was Father's Day yesterday, and it was a nice reminder to me to kind of just reconnect with parents. All my family came up and they filled this room, and I've got 6 siblings, so it was a full house. And yeah, I don't know, I think it's a weird thing where when you're a kid, you just don't really think or care about your parents in that sort of friendship way. And then as you become an adult, you're kind of so caught up in your own world that you also miss it a lot of the time. But then you realize that they are just as intricate and have many of the similar thought patterns or have had over their career and life. And why not share more of that? Why not, have a really cool friendship with your parents like you would, your friends or your housemates? And so, yeah, something to ponder is, when was the last time you had a one-on-one, really deep, intricate conversation with your parents? And can you do it more often? It was a big reminder for me and something I endeavour to do more of. So that's it from me this week. If you want to connect with me further, my socials, Art of Monday's socials, the Founder Sports Club link, and also my newsletter is all in the description below. Appreciate you guys being here as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.